do? I mean, are you close with your, and it goes on and on and on. So if you look at the comments, it's like, what's left for the date?
Right. Like, I mean, it's so much AI. It's like, okay, fill this form out, and then I'll come meet up with you.
Right. Somebody put in the comments, it better come with benefits.
Right.
Does it feel like a job application?
That's what it sounds like.
So I sent this to one of my girlfriends who she's like this. Like if she could do this and get away with it, she would legit do it. Love you, boo. You know who you are. I sent it to her
Oh
because I
man,
knew like she wouldn't do this, but she would love to be able to do it if she wouldn't
this
be
is
looked
just
at as crazy.
cyber. Yeah, this is cyber. This is just so. An online dater might like this.
No.
I mean, I've seen profiles of people when they looking at stuff. I mean, it's essays.
Really?
Yeah.
So when I see an essay, I'm done. I'm tired.
I don't.
I don't even want to do it. What's that that TikTok? Get somebody else to do it.
Yeah, I ain't fucking with it at all. Keep it.
So obviously I think it's 7:30 crazy, right?
Yeah, I hope so.
I can't imagine receiving something like that. I don't think a female would. No,
I mean,
there's some
the excitement though. Like when I see you, I don't fill this form out. Now then, I'm thinking we got something going on. Even if I filled the form, I'm gonna entertain you for a second.
Right.
When I meet you, and you smell funny.
Wait. But you're right. I would think
What about
I
your
think
pH?
I would not the how we get all the way to the
I'm
pH.
just saying, what do you smell like? I hug you and it's like, oh, that don't.
Well,
That ain't
look,
what I thought you smelled like.
but really, that's next because we didn't answer all the other basic questions.
Everything's physical now when I see you.
Oh Lord, but
Because I have to
would,
get there. I'm still a male.
I would fill it out just because.
I ain't got time.
I would need to know. I would need to see this person and be like,
What if they lying? What if somebody lie on the application, like
yeah.
people do, and then now we go get something to eat? I done set this meal up, and I order the food. You like, I don't really like it. On the application, you say, like,
oh, not the application.
right here on the application,
Not the application.
You put
So I think they're great questions to find out during the dating process. But even that wouldn't be a first date. That wouldn't hardly be a second date. And you definitely wouldn't even unleash on the person like
What
that.
if they got bad breath? They filled the form out completely right. They look good on paper.
Well, now you have nothing to say. Like if they look good on paper, go with the bad breath.
But that don't mean because it look great on paper that when I see you, your breath is refreshing. Or you chose like your outfit, the colors match. Like I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
What if you got a glass eye and it's wondering? You like all that stuff matter.
Wow.
Some of these questions you let go in front of somebody.
Well, all I know is it's a bit much. It is 7:30 crazy, in my opinion.
Nuts.
I think the questions are fine, but just not in a questionnaire and not unleashing on dates. Like, and you wouldn't even ask it like that. It's just like conversation. But I think what I was saying to you when I was like, go on a damn date, girl.
Just go on a date.
Just have fun. And I think that, and we're going to get into that later. I think that's a lot of the problem where people are going on dates thinking way down the line. It's like,
Let's
just
start at
enjoy the
hello.
moment. Yeah,
Let's just start at hello and go from there.
Start at hello. I love that. We're going to leave it at that. Start at hello, okay? Enjoy the date. You're doing team too much, and that's why you can't even get the date or you can't get past the first date. All right, y'all. That's 7:30 crazy. Let me know in the comments. Do you think that's 7:30 crazy, or would you like to be able to do that and send someone a questionnaire before they take you out on the date, or before you take someone out on the date? Any fellas? There are some fellas out there that would do something like that.
Yeah, and they're nuts. So.
All right, y'all. We're going to take a break. When we come back, I'm going to dive into conversation with G Cool on what the year is going to look like. We're going to reflect on last year for a second and what this year is going to look like for the Unbroken experience with Syndy B on Power 108.9. Make sure you stay tuned in and share. We'll be right back. Welcome back. You're listening to The Unbroken Experience with Syndy B on Power 108.9. I've got your favorite co-host in the building, G Cool. Say hey to the people one more time.
Hey, hey, hey. What's happening?
So listen, we got to catch up.
Yes.
Let's reflect on last year, the dating jungle.
Listen.
My favorite thing that you will always say, Syndy B, it's a jungle out here.
It is wild.
So we're not going to get back into that too much because I think they know.
Just didn't remember.
I know. But, just as a reflection for those who are new listeners, last year, every year we have a theme. Last year, we really connected with those who are dating, who want to be, who want something serious, whether it's marriage or maybe just lifelong commitment, lifelong partner, whatever. G Cool leading up to last year, because that's the reason why we even went that way, is because you talked about the dating world being a jungle. And I'm like, it's always been a jungle.
Which I disagree.
It has been, in my opinion. But you just have to learn how to. What'd you say?
I think it was just ghetto.
There you go, the ghetto jungle. Yeah. No rules, just the wild jungle. There we go. Because I think maybe the end of 2021, I would send you pictures of like the beautiful jungle. The jungle can actually be beautiful. But
Sesame
this was not
Street.
it.
You were sending me Sesame Street. That's what you was doing. You was sending me.
The wild, wild west jungle.
Ooh.
So, but you know what I felt? Our boy, Royce.
Yes.
We were talking and I was like, the theme for this year hasn't dropped in my spirit yet. So I'm led by my spirit. Whatever drops in my spirit, I don't like to just force things.
Right.
So I said, it's not there yet. It's not there. And then when I reflected on all of our conversations last year, I was just like, enough is enough.
Right. We aware.
Yeah.
We're aware.
Just enough is enough. And then when you look at all the podcasts, it's like people are venting, but there's not a lot of solutions.
And here come the good doctor.
And then sometimes the ones who do have the solutions, no one's really tuning in to theirs. It could be personality. It could be, some where you're speaking over the listener's head, kind of thing. And so I was like, you know what? It's time. I've always practiced like not putting on my coach hat on radio and just having conversation like around the kitchen table, right? But it's time.
You got to put that hat on.
Well, you say fix it, Doc.
Fix it, Doc. Every time I send them something, fix it, Doc.
So that is the plan. So this year, the theme is healing and growth.
Yes.
Right? Healing and growth. We've had the conversations. We've dived in all types of stories, out there, from marriages, what's happening in marriages, what's happening in the dating world, what's happening in the polyamorous world, all of that.
Work world that done went to the marriage, to the polyamorous world.
Yeah, just all we
to the club.
to the club and back. But and it's time now to really give some solutions, but the solutions can't come until you heal, and you can't heal until you dive in.
You got to go.
I feel like you've done that.
I did a lot.
You've been here a while. You know that?
Yeah, I have.
You've been here a while.
I have.
Is this not going into your third year? This is going into your second year.
2020.
What year is this?
What was the year we was on in Buckhead?
2021. You came 2021.
Yep, 2021. Because I tore
you
my
did
ankle.
that year, yeah. And then last year, you're going into your third year with me. High five from afar. Yeah. So we always talk about. I talk about often. Look. That's so funny. Your last show here, you talk about Share Your Love Diva. Look up.
Oh. I
Gave
just had
me
a
the business.
flashback.
Shout out to Share Your Love
What's up,
Diva. Don't say it like that.
Shay tore my ass up.
But talk about
in
it.
a good way, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say talk about that a little bit, because when we talk about healing and growth, and you've done a lot of that already, but she really did. Yeah.
She opened my eyes because first thing, thank you for that, Shay. Truly, I call it Dr. Master.
Yes, I love that name.
Yeah, Dr. Master got me in order. I'm very honest. Mm-hmm. I'm very forward. I shoot from the hip, and I knew I was a leader. I've always known that no matter what the situation is for a title, I always know that amongst people, I'm a leader.
Right.
And I didn't realize that was this what she opened my eyes to, that I was manipulative in the fact that although I'm telling them something,
Yes.
that doesn't mean that they understand. Because you said it, you're telling them, that don't mean that they're understanding.
Well, it's not even it's understanding, but they don't they don't have the capacity to respect what you're saying.
Right.
But you have the capacity to respect yourself and your journey, and for you to allow someone to come on your journey and you know good and well they like you, they're into you, or you know maybe you're not into them, but you're like, yeah, this is not what I want, or this is I'm polyamorous, or whatever the case
Yeah,
may
I'm on
be.
this, or whatever. You ain't talking about that. You want to fuck
I've
around
told
now.
them the truth.
Yep.
And I learned that a few years ago, many years ago, before I got married. I remember realizing that, because I was the same, you know, I felt like I was straight up with you. We're adults. That's on you.
Right.
You know, but I did learn. But then when you create stalkers, you create, you realize that you're leaving a trail of hurt people, and you're like, I told them.
Yeah, and I didn't care. I mean, I was Billy Badass.
Right.
So a stalker didn't mean nothing to me.
Well,
so, at those times, like, oh,
yeah,
you like me that
yeah.
much? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And it didn't matter to me. Like,
Yeah.
I will literally, you don't exist to me.
Well, at that time, I felt like I told you,
Yeah.
you know, because that's the way that my brain works. My brain works. Someone checked me, you know, one time when I was single, and we had a great, I'll say partnership. You know, we both were. I was coming out of my out of my marriage. He was going through a breakup, and we just hung, right? Our only rule was if we were out with one another, I didn't let anyone holler at me and he didn't holler at anyone else. But in our own personal lives, we did what we did, right? Yeah. And I remember, like, for the most part, even though we weren't exclusive, not even dating, we were literally getting each other through, like, the depths of a breakup, right? And he was literally, I was either at his house or he was at my house almost every day for a long period of time.
I remember this.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. But this one day while he was out, he must have met someone and, you know, wanted to go home with her or vice versa, whatever. And normally he would come to my apartment at the time. And so when he didn't, I was like, where are you, not questioning in a bad way, but just like, where are you at, And he told me, he was like, I don't want to feel like I have to answer, to you. We're not together. And I was like, bet. I was like, you are so right. But that's mature thinking.
Yeah.
Right?
That ain't.
However, when I flipped it on him and realized, you know what, let me make sure I'm doing the same thing so that I'm not checking him when I shouldn't be checking him because we're not together, But when I flipped it, it felt different. But in the same sense,
That companionship. I just think we just get greedy with the companionship that you can lean on. Especially in that scenario that you spoke about.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just that I don't want the burden of the responsibility.
Facts.
But I do want the benefits of it.
Yes. Because on the flip side, in that same scenario, I had other people I was seeing, but it was so much more comfortable with him because I knew feelings weren't going to be involved, Right. And so if he's not around, then I got to entertain someone that I might like, but it's just too many feelings. Yeah, I can't like chill and maybe we be intimate and the next thing like you asking me about a relationship and I don't want that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it can get, real tricky out there. But my point is, during that time, I felt like if someone lays something on the table, you have to respect that. But you're talking about people's inner. Sometimes
But see, that's the empathy part that she made me pay attention to because I had been working on myself anyway.
Yeah.
And then she just blew the doors wide open.
Yeah.
Of being empathetic to what people are dealing with, and I just didn't feel it. Mm-hmm. And so, ironically, that same night after the show, I had to go to a gala.
Like a gala, yeah. I remember
And
that.
I met somebody. And I didn't really know how to take it. Remember I called, I said, what is this? Is she being, you got an attitude or something? What the hell going on with this? I just didn't know shit. I didn't know anything.
Yes.
As far as understanding different things. And then once you got me together, then it played back to my mind what she had going. I was like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
You let me meet somebody on the level that I'm on.
So,
right then, it was just...
So speaking of that, when we talk about the dating jungle, And remember, I told you, like, there are people who literally walk through life and don't meet the kind of people that you meet.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I think a bit of that is mindset, environment, because the environment that you're in, obviously. But on top of that, mindset and what you attract, your energy you putting out there is what you're going to get back. Even if you're, let's say, you're a different person at work, right? Not different, but you're a different part of you.
Yeah.
And that's what they see. And that's what they think is you all day, every day, because they don't know who you are, right? And so when I first met you, I didn't know this G Cool at the gym. I didn't know that person at all. You were how I know you here is how I met you, you know, with Tina, and all of that for the show.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Very chill, very, very respectful, very respectable. And so
I do remember that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And then when we
one.
ran into each other with me coming to the gym, and then it's this boost of personality and the shirts with the foul language and all of that.
The shirts.
Yeah, that's who they saw, and that's what they want.
Which was, I was thinking, I was being honest.
Yeah.
But how you gonna tame that? That was a whole shark.
What do you call it? Rock star.
Yeah. Well, definitely was a rock star back then.
Yeah.
I guess meeting you was the coming to an end, or coming to the realization that sit your ass down.
Well, you had to. Well, an accident, or what was it?
Tore my Achilles.
Basketball, yeah.
Yep.
Definitely sat you down. I feel like that kind of put you.
That was a rude awakening.
Yeah, I think that was like a reflective time for you, and you may not share it with other people, but you probably went through a little dark time.
My good friend of mine, we was just sitting around, and he had came by for something. I don't know what he came by for, and I was like, I don't know, man. I was just venting. He was like, "You're just not in the spotlight anymore," and that was the same thing Dr. Master did. I was like, in the spotlight, I didn't even know. Just totally unaware. I just was going through.
Yeah.
Just so unbothered.
Yeah.
I'm just so unbothered about people's emotions or how they view me.
Yeah.
I just don't see it.
When I think back when you first got here, it was definitely unbothered. Don't really care about other people's emotions. At least that's what you put out there.
Yeah,
I've always said I don't know that person.
Yeah.
You have never treated me that way, never. But it was all of that. I mean, it was extra energy. Okay, when you first came here, and you're definitely definitely evolved.
Yeah, I'm unk now. I'm lit unk.
Don't try to come over in our world with the aunties.
TT's still ain't ready for me yet. I'm unk that the young lady still want to hang out with.
Yeah.
I'm definitely still gonna dance at the cookout.
Of course.
And I'm bringing a bottle and my music loud.
That's us.
No, y'all play bingo in Vegas for the girl's 21st birthday. I'm still fussing about that.
Now listen. Even though we didn't play bingo, if I knew where bingo was, I would have probably played it.
Can't even be an option. Come get this lady. Come get this lady.
I would have had a grand time. Okay.
See, look at that.
No, speaking of that, I remember. I mean, I love Vegas. I've been many times, and I think about how we used to kick it in Vegas, and how when I go to Vegas now, it is not that. It is about dining in restaurants. If we do go out to like Drea's or Lounge or something like that, it's definitely VIP for sure. Like, give me somewhere to sit down and be cute.
Don't want to walk around and meet nobody.
Oh, no.
Life is different for you now. You can't walk around no more. You can't.
I can.
Nah, you can't walk around.
I can walk around. I like
walking around. First of all, your feet
around.
gonna start hurting. Second of all, you can't walk around. Cut that out.
I do. My husband knows I walk around. I like to, be cute and be like, yep, but I'm going home to Honey Bun.
Is the camera? Is it getting my face?
What you gotta say?
I don't believe none of that.
I do. Look, he says if don't nobody want you, I don't want you either.
I'm like that too.
Yeah,
I like my lady beautiful.
Yes, you want, and I do. At 41. I try to take care of myself. I still try to look good, for the honey bun, for myself too, but for the honey bun, even if I'm at home, I don't be looking busted.
See, that's a talent. It's
intention.
Yeah, but it's still you're doing a good job at it. Like some people think they're looking good and they're over. It's what are you doing? Like some people get dressed to go to bed.
Now that's too much.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you clean up
Yeah.
to go to bed. I make sure that like I told you, I put on my body
The
butter
body
and
oils,
stuff like that. Yeah, I
the
make sure
shea
it's
butter.
clean. Make sure I wake up nice fresh skin.
Yeah.
Clean T-shirt. The one that when you touch me, it feel too good. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah. But not
outside,
yeah. But I think whatever it is that you did in the beginning is what matters. So if he or she liked you looking real regular, it's cool. Look regular, But that wasn't the energy that I gave.
Just have multiple styles.
Yes.
Like if when we got together, the sweatpants, you wearing the big sweatpants and the T-shirt, that was the thing. Cool. Now we done argued 45 times over the course of 3-4 years. Sweatpants get on my damn nerves.
So speaking of that, I did not even own a pair of sneakers before the honeymoon.
Okay.
I didn't own a pair of I definitely didn't own no sweats. And I barely had leggings. Like it was always this.
Glamorous.
Always. But not like never wore makeup or anything like that. And I didn't wear lashes until radio. So it was just throwing something cute, but be cute,
Yeah.
Like I remember even in college when I had my apartment, my sophomore year, I used to cook in heels. I had a boyfriend.
That makes you next level. See, you was just doing it. You was a princess as a kid, clearly. You had the dollhouse. You probably had a walk-in dollhouse. I don't believe you.
No, ask my mama. Tell her. My mom in 6th grade.
You just got another 100,000 men fans because you cooking the heels. And honey bun, good job, bro. What?
No, 6th grade. My mom actually made me wear a dress a whole semester because all I would wear was shorts and pants so I could play on the playground and do the jungle gym, all of that. And I was miserable. It wasn't probably until 10th, 11th grade where I felt like, okay, I'll put on a skirt and that'd be cute, But no, I was, because I'm a daddy's girl and whatever. So whatever daddy like basketball, I want to play basketball too. Daddy run track, I want to run track too. So that was me. But everyone knows, shout out to RJ Powell, my sister, my big sister. She's the one who brought me into that womanhood. She's the one who taught me just how to be, my mom taught me how to be a lady, but she brought me into the womanhood and just how to just, almost like what Share Your Love Diva talks about. She may not have talked about it because y'all want a totally different conversation, but just how to attract.
Yeah, I mean, but you caught it and you ran with it.
True, very true.
Some people can sit in the same classroom and didn't hear any damn thing.
Very true, very true.
You embodied it. And back to her, to Dr. Master. Dr. Master set me straight so good.
She did.
Like on the other side of it.
I was so quiet the whole time.
Yeah, I remember that. Like, so it's been 90 days? It's been about 90 days since you came. And so even my interactions when I meet people now that, the hood rats, they just gone. A hood rat ain't got a chance.
You should, your energy shouldn't even like call for that. But
sometimes it's just a nastiness that was there.
Yeah.
It was just and when I say nasty, they still making music, clearly.
Sure.
Some of that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
and it's hits. So it's just a certain way of getting to an end.
You can have a little ratchet without being nasty.
Sometimes I don't need no sign of an angel. That's why it's called demon time. I need a chick tongue out, hey, and she stick her tongue out. And I'm like, you doing too much, but it just turned me right on. Strip clubs still work. You name porn, it's just still a thing. So I had to figure out how to. I was such a rock star.
Yeah.
That I didn't, it was just day to day, all day, at any moment.
Yeah, but
it's more.
It's more about. It's more about your regular day. Not your moments of...
But that was my day. That's what I'm saying.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But I'm talking about now. That would be...
I gotta watch it. The truth is, we live in a world where I can just swipe through my phone right here in front of you, and whatever comes up is gonna come up. It could be education, it could be entertainment, or it could be adult entertainment right then at the blink of an eye. So in conversations, it's literally the same thing. I actually lived what people were swiping for.
lived what people were swiping for. We're going to hold on that note. We're going to take a break. One of your favorite segments, What Would Sin Say? We're going to get into, I don't know what the questions are today.
Boy.
I know, right? We're going to take a break. When we come back, it's time for What Would Sin Say? Make sure you stay tuned in and share. You're listening to The Unbroken Experience with Syndy B on Power 108.9, and we'll be right back. Children.
Oh,
Welcome back. You're listening to The Unbroken Experience with Syndy B on Power 108.9. It is time for What Would Sin Say, when we try our best as swiftly as possible to answer the questions you slide in my DM or send to my emails. Michael, what you got for us? Okay, so listen, What Would Sin Say is actually one of, I probably get about almost 30 submissions a week. And some of them are like, what did you call them? Essays.
yeah, essays.
I have to go past them. If I can't,
Like legit,
right? If I can't,
introduction, body,
yes, like all the details leading up to the actual question. All right, Michael, what you got for us?
So I'm not on camera, so I look real.
You look real chill.
Yeah, you got that lean across like a gentleman.
All right, so here we go with my cohons on. You know,
Grown men shoes.
Like too clean.
All right, here we go. So why do men act like they don't have to clean or anything after work, but if the wife works, she still does?
Oh,
That's just an old way of thinking. That's just the old tradition.
yeah.
Are
Because
they cowboys? It's not like,
Amen.
right, it's like some cowboys.
But believe it or not, there are even some young people who have cared, even though they want a different type of woman, they still want to be cooked and cleaned for.
That's the only thing that's still
ridiculous.
tradition. I don't know where they getting to that.
Ridiculous. If I'm working and you working, let's share in the load here. You home first, or would you gonna wait all the way till I get home and then
Or just
you
be
looking
honest,
at
you
me?
don't know how.
That's cool. Well, Uber eat it. I don't care what you do, you know.
But you know how to clean up.
You
I'm
know,
just saying, they
figure
know
it
how to clean up.
out.
They know how to clean up.
Wahlburger it up. Like,
Yeah.
you know, let's just figure it out. But don't wait for me to get home and then look at me as soon as I walk through the door talking about what's for dinner. You hungry? What we gonna do?
Task.
Now,
Get home, I got another task.
now, then you wonder why I'm irritated.
Don't touch me.
What's next?
Your ass gonna starve. Hey,
Facts.
I'm just curious, not me. If you have, if you've been cheated on and find it hard to trust afterwards, like you try, but when things don't add up, you just think the worst. Just curious, if you've been cheated on and you found out it's hard to trust afterwards, why do you always go to the worst?
I got you. Jiku, have you ever been cheated on?
Just lied to. So,
Okay. How did you find out?
just paying attention.
Okay.
I just caught that's the worst thing. Like you pay attention and you say that was a lie. Your ass been doing some shit. Now I can choose to go get more details, jump down
Sure.
that rabbit hole, and that's where the trust part is that he was speaking of.
Right.
Like every time you know something, it's like reading a text message. Every time you go back to the phone or the phone come around, you trying to figure out more about it.
Right.
What else did you say? What else did you say? What else is going on? You're killing yourself.
Oh my gosh, if you go down that rabbit hole. But that's the reason why. So I personally don't know 100% if I've been cheated on, but I definitely know that I have been, right?
Yeah.
But I've never stuck around to go down that rabbit hole. If I feel like the trust is not there, like I'm not about to
Yeah.
stalk your phone and stalk you and nag your phone like that's just not how I get down, you know. But if the honey bun cheated on me, I really don't know.
We already know
Oh,
you're a
this what we
psycho.
doing?
This is what we doing.
Yeah, that's your line. You already said you're a psychopath for the work wife. Somebody trying to act like they're a work wife.
That's a fact.
See? So look, see how them shoulders showed up there? Them shoulders
That's
showed
a
up just
fact,
then.
okay. Well, you know, it's different because, you know, I was married before and I always felt at that time I thought all men cheated, period. So I just thought it was a matter of time. It wasn't that kind of thing. But now, if the honey bun was to cheat on me, I don't know what I would do. I know what I would do in the past. I would just leave, right?
Yeah.
But I know I wouldn't want to leave him. He's
Yeah.
he's not a cheating person, right? So if he was like a dog, that's different. But it was something. It was either temptation that he let get too far, something.
There's so much
that he's
intellect in your answer. There's no emotion in that.
Is it a deal breaker though?
No, I've said that. I've said that on the
Yeah.
show. Yeah, because he's not a dog. So to me, it's what happened. You know, let's get to the root of it, and you know that kind of thing. But it wouldn't be a deal breaker for him. Now he can't be a habitual. Like he can't do
Yeah.
it again. You know, and he's going. He's probably going to wonder if I'm going to dip out on him.
Yeah. How long though? How long will you make him feel that way? Or like, cause that's what
For life.
See, and that's what the question was about. That was
For real?
For life.
So
And
you're
I
like,
don't, when
how
I
do you get
say
over it?
when I say dip, I'm not talking about leave him. I'm talking about where I'm going to get my groove back one particular night.
Right. Like,
Yeah.
oh, that door open. It's cracked.
Yes, and I would, in my opinion, I would have the right to do so.
See, there go that teeth. The doctor.
I would have the
good
right
doctor.
to do so.
See,
You
good
know,
doctor.
But I told you, if we went left, I'd hang up the hat.
That's what I'm saying.
Hang up the hat.
So
I have no further advice. Okay.
transparent moment.
Okay.
When I got caught up back in the day,
Okay.
1998, 99.
Okay.
Till this day, I always remind my wife, you still got to pass. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you
Don't tell me
like.
that.
No, I'm just saying though. Like, if it happens, you got to be like, okay, I understand.
But a
Yeah.
lot of
You see what I'm
guys
saying?
don't, though they
Because they want control, and vice
Yeah.
versa. Some people just need control. They need to control the narrative, whatever that is.
But no, it's you know how a lot of guys they cheated, whether it's habitual or whether it's one time and then she dipped out, or you've just been like just not the best husband or boyfriend, whatever, for so long, and she dips out now
Right.
It is the end
They
all.
can't take it. That first time they get the heartbreak,
Okay.
shotgun to the chest.
I think that's terrible. But luckily, the husband knows me at this stage in my life, where even though I feel like I would have the past, I'm too convicted. You know what I mean? Like I'm too, like I'm. You just don't do that. You know, like now I'm messing with my own spirit, my own karma, my own.
They can't see my face.
Yeah. I've been on my side too much. I'm like,
No. I told y'all, but to be straight up, I don't know. Like I've never like been all in, both feet in, ever in my life.
So I mean,
So I don't know. That's why I said I might hang up the hat.
you might be what's the waiting to excel?
Right,
Yeah.
Angela Bassett.
You
Yeah,
might be Angela.
I could be. You just never know.
Yeah, she not. She look like this all the time. She not. Yeah, she not. All right. So my partner of 5 years enjoys cooking. When he cooks for the family, we all tell him thank you and it tastes real good, etc. He politely says thank you and that's it. I also cook and he tells me over and over thank you for dinner and is over the top with it. I don't understand how much more you want me to tell you. It tasted fantastic. Why does he need this major validation for things? More than a single thank you or good job. He needs like it over and over, I guess. I'm sure this behavior was there before, but I'm noticing it more now. It's starting to get mildly annoying. Is this a thing with certain men? They need reassurance they are good at something.
I'm gonna let you take that.
I don't like confirming and confirmation. I'm already like that anyway. So, like, what else do you need to hear? Good job.
Don't say it like
Don't
that.
tell me what happened. You know, did I? Great job. I mean, this was good about it. That was good about it. I really enjoyed it. Amazing. I mean, but you wouldn't like. Hey, if you don't get your ass out my damn face.
Right. So obviously, his love language is words of affirmation. Right. That's his love language. He got to hear it. Now, maybe she feels like maybe it's not over the top. Maybe she feels because her words of affirmation to her might be on the bottom. So to her, it might just be too much. Sometimes that's just to feel like you have to say thank you so much. Like that was awesome. Like if someone gives, I love gifts, right? But it's low on my love language. So when someone gives me a gift, I'm so thankful on the inside. I'm so excited, but I don't really know how to I feel like I'm not relaying enough how much this gift means. I'm just like, oh, thank you so much. And now I feel like I'm doing too much. I'm like, did I say it enough? You know, I'm very thankful, you know, but because it's low on my love language.
I get that.
You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you mean. Like the gratitude.
Yes.
Am I showing enough gratitude?
Yes. But
like
if
for
you
him, he might have cooked before. If he's a cooker like that, a chef like that, he might have cooked before and people just jump on him. And that is, she's not jumping on him. She's not saying certain seductive things with food that probably relate to him. Because some people, when they cook, they be like, I'm about to just jump your ass after this food. And she's like, man,
but on
listen.
the flip side, you know, I got this from my mom. We used to have to say our grace and say, thank you for the food, Mom. You know, and so if my kids don't say thank you, I'll be like, hello, thank you, I cooked for you. You know, but it's not, I don't need it, but I like to, you know, let them be grateful, you know, acknowledge, you know, that. But I think something simple, but when you take it over the top to where now it's like, now I feel like it's a job and it's not genuine.
Yeah, I don't want to compliment.
Don't nobody want
I
to
don't
do
want to
that.
have to compliment.
Yeah.
Like, does this look good on me? Yes.
I probably couldn't be with someone where their like words of affirmation was like top notch. But I do believe in affirming, you know.
Yeah, a little bit, of course.
You know?
Something you just said, like, does this look good on me? Like in my household, like I talk with my son, like, why are you asking me? You got to wear it. You got to make your own decisions. Like, don't look at somebody else for validation.
Right.
Like, if you pick that out to put it on and you feel good in it, don't ask nobody else.
No.
Don't ask nobody else. This totally up to you.
Agreed.
Totally up to you.
Agreed.
Like if I see doubt in your face, let's say we're on a date, we're about to walk in together, and you're like, but it's good, right? How look? I'm immediately, it's over.
Yeah.
You blew it. I'm about to walk in here with so much confidence.
Okay.
And now I got to carry you?
Now you bringing me down.
Oh, hell
Now
no.
you messing up my energy at this point.
It's over with.
I walk in
You gotta
the
buy me a drink when we get in there.
Right.
Right.
I walk in the door like I know everybody in there know me.
Facts.
That part.
That's.
Whether I know anybody or not.
I don't know nobody. Right, exactly.
I don't give a damn if they know me or not. Like
I
you're
walk in there that way
You're exactly
with that swag.
Okay.
Are y'all
Yeah,
flowing?
yeah. Exactly.
That's why you get that energy to you,
Exactly.
like. So yeah. So
Is that the last one?
yes, ma'am. No, it's not. It's got
Oh.
one more. You trying to get rid of me? I'm kind of
No.
like goddamn.
You know, looking real
Chill over here, goddamn. Y'all can't see me either. I wish y'all could see these cold hearts right now.
You will not.
All right, one more time. Y'all ready for the last question? Shout it.
Yes.
Shout out to all my married ladies out there.
I can't.
All right, so here you go. How do I tell my partner that a trip that they are planning is not something you want to do? They are only planning things that they like, knowing full well that you don't.
Ooh, nowadays I'm gonna tell you. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you. But younger days, I would have felt like I had to be grateful. I remember I may have said this on the show, once before. When I was married, because I always plan my own birthday, because I know exactly. I don't need you to do it for me. I know exactly what I want. I don't want to put the pressure on you to deliver what's in my brain,
Right.
But this one particular year, my husband at the time, he was like, "You don't ever let anyone plan for you. They don't let me plan." I was like, "Okay, like I'm gonna, give it a go." And so, but I told him, I was like, "This is what and I remember to this day. This was back in like 2006 or something like that." And I remember telling him at the time, I want a rooftop. I want wine passed around. I want the music. That's my birthdays have always been over the top. And so this particular year, I gave him the phone number to the person to get the good pricing for the rooftop and where I wanted the food to come from and go, right? And so the day comes and we go out. Everyone knows I love hibachi. So we go to hibachi, and then so I'm thinking that's just the the beginning. And so then he's like, "All right, next spot." So I'm like, "Great." And it was the club. And that's cool. It was a nice club. I don't remember which one it was at the time. like. Welcome back. You're listening to the Unbroken Experience with Syndy B on Power 108.9. I've got your favorite co-host in the building, G Cool. Say hey to the people.
Hey, hey, hey. What's happening?
Look, we got a new setup in the studio.
I love it.
I think we
It
did
was
all right.
transition.
You
Yeah,
know, I
this
think
is
we
real
did all
good.
right
He
with.
did his thing. Feel like I'm in a lounge kicking it or something. You
know.
know, with people with us.
I know. You know, I I did a little. This is the 5th season. 5 years. About
for
at the
the
end
break?
at the end of this year. Yes, I feel like I just started last year. It seemed like that I just started. At the end of this year, we'll make 5 years. I cannot believe it, and how far I've come, and how far this studio has come as well.
It's amazing.
Just really, really grown.
This is amazing. I mean, you're such a natural with this.
Well, you know, I had a great coach. His name is Michael McFadden, owner of Power 108.9.
Big shout out to Big
Okay.
Mike. Hey.
And I do listen. I always say, don't tell me what to do. But if I'm inspired and I respect you, I am a listener, and I just let's go. You know,
Yeah,
I have to
you're a
respect
learning
you.
sponge.
I am.
Yeah.
I am. I just have to respect you, or
Get out of
it's
there.
going to be a no for me.
Yeah.
I'm
Right
taking
away.
over at that point.
Right away.
Oh my gosh. But no, it's been great. A journey. I've learned so much myself. I've grown. And to see I did a little reflective video. I mean, it's so much content. I just had to just stop, at this point, because it was just too much. But just to see the growth, even from my flyers, from I told you, the studio, the lighting, to it's just been
The one you posted today, you was like standing outside talking, and I was like, that got to be the first year.
probably. Oh my gosh, probably. I can't remember. I'm not sure which clip it was, but yeah, it's been really, really great. And speaking of growth,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So this year, coming off of the jungle, I felt it important to, especially as we close out this year, to really go in on the healing journey so that we can grow. Whatever that looks like. Not everyone wants to be married. So you might want to grow into a better parent, a better friend, a better sibling, a better, child, a better person.
Yeah.
Just really just being a better person. So if you could reflect over the last couple years being here, how would you say your healing journey has been and is going, and where do you see it going?
Well, first of all, I have to say that I had to figure out what I had to heal. I when I first met you, I didn't know I had to heal anything.
Yeah.
I was just outside, and then you just handled me the way that if I was gonna listen, it was the right way. Leave me alone. Just give me some information, and I'll take it. And so I realized I had to go back, and this is a transparent moment. I had to go back and mend the relationship with my father.
Sure, yes.
I mean, it wasn't violent in anything anymore. It's just I had evolved so much that I just wouldn't even talk to them. Just, y'all on that, I'm over here on this. I wasn't
Yeah.
even trying. And in the last, I would say, 18 or 19 months, I just stopped life. Remember I told you,
Yep.
I just stopped. Just one day I just like, nope. Went back out there with them, started looking to buy a house.
Yep.
The market went crazy, which I felt like the universe was telling me, yeah, you just need to sit with them
Just
for a
chill.
minute.
Yeah,
Just see what this feel like. Get to know them. What are they into? Like, what do they eat?
Yeah.
Like, just sit down and have a conversation with your parents.
Wow.
Because I'm such a nomad. Like, I was out.
Was it uncomfortable coming back and like revisiting that relationship from a different standpoint?
Very, because for me, I guess I say I got a bravado, I'm so macho, and I get it from him though. So it's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you got
yeah.
these two alpha people in the same house, and when I got there, I realized that he was trying, and it was like, okay, so now I got to try.
Okay.
But how do I try?
Yeah.
And I had a friend at the time, big shout out to her. She was like, they're your parents. You only got them for so long, so they're in their ways. So why would you? Her saying that helped me
Yeah. Be okay
Yep.
with the journey, of it all. So I've posted, Instagram has these notes, things now. And today I posted, because that's kind of going to be along with the theme, this year. And it was strategize, build, position, align, leverage, repeat, right? And I think that can apply to your professional life and your personal life. It just may look a little bit different. And when I say strategize, how many people in their personal lives actually they hardly do it in their professional lives. So you damn sure not really doing it in their personal lives where they actually sit and be like, this is what I want for my life, right? And these are the steps to get there. Who does that? Not many. There are a lot of vision boards that take place, but no steps to go with it, right? And it does start with visualizing what you want for yourself. But we want a lot of things, but we don't know why. And if we get to the why, sometimes we don't really want that.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody's different. Like, to your point, I can sit down. I'm a creator, so I have a creator's energy, mind. It's just like that. It comes to me. Every time I can see the ceiling in something, I leave it.
Facts.
Every
Same.
single time I see the ceiling. If I know where it tops out, even if I can see it before anybody think that they can see it, I'm out.
Yep.
So in planning, I had to learn this too with growth, like you speak about in your steps, is when I put it down and I'm going through it and I'm putting it together, I'm like, I'm going to be bored, and I stop. And I realize the lust for the thrill or the chaos. I gotta fix that. I gotta find the balance, because I need the hood rat. I need to feel like, okay, you're speeding and it's a cliff.
Yeah.
But you can only go 90 miles an hour. But what if I go 91?
So I think it's just channeling, right? Channeling something that won't be destructive to your life. So I'm the ceiling person too. If I feel a ceiling is there, and I've been like that even when I was broke. Like if I don't give a damn, I'm not doing it. I feel very confident enough in myself that I'm gonna be all right.
Right. Exactly.
And but with that being said, I for many years only do things that I'm passionate about. So that's what drives me. Rather than, picking something that forces me to the ignition. I don't want to force the ignition, but I want it to naturally be there. I want the light to naturally be there instead of throwing the gas, and then lighting it up, and then I'm left with the residue of what that does.
Yeah.
So we have to think about that. I did a speaking engagement. Actually, I think I was a panelist on this one, and she was a younger panelist, co-panelist, and so she was talking about dating. She was single, I believe, or maybe in it's complicated relationship. I can't remember. And so she was talking about basically, the new generation being free sexually, if that's what if she meets someone and she feels like she wants to do that, she should, as a female. It was more on the female empowerment side, right? And so I was listening, and then that's when I really felt old, because my mindset is not like that. I'm a long-term thinker when it comes to things like that. And so I remember I let her talk, and I was like, well, that's not that's not me. I'm a little bit old school when it comes to your decisions affect down the line. And I think we have to think about that when we're in the dating jungle, and we want female empowerment and what's it called, the slut walk and all those kinds of things, which I think is fine. But does it align with where you want to be later in life? And if it doesn't, and you still go down that path, you have to understand there's residue that you're leaving behind, that you're going to have to, those are seeds that you're planting, and it's going to harvest, right? And that's going to be your harvest. When you're, even if you're ready to settle down, now you're however old or it hit you, and here's your harvest.
That happened to Brittany Griner. Not Brittany Griner.
Oh.
Brittany, I forget her name.
I think
but
you sent me some of her.
yeah, and she was speaking about how she's changed from what she was to now. And then, of course, people are going to scald her. But
Yeah.
to your harvest point,
Yeah.
that's where she's at. But she's changed.
Yep.
So you don't get to keep the life you had. Now you have to deal with the life
Yep.
you had
Yep.
and then move forward from here.
And as long as you can understand that, then you can get through that, plant new seeds, and you'll have a brand new harvest later down the line, but you will reap what you sow.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to have, I hate saying reap what you sow, because it doesn't have to have the negative, connotation to go along with it. It just is what it is.
Yeah, it's like the word consequences. Sometimes people
Yeah.
think consequences is the negative word.
Yeah.
No, these are just consequences.
Yeah, it's just
you
what
work
happens.
hard, consequences.
Right.
Positive things come out of it. So that absolutely what you said. That is such a fact.
And that's why I think that whether it's in your professional world, whether it's, in your dating world and you're in marriage, or you're single or you're divorced or whatever, I think where the disconnect in this generation, where I feel like all this polyamory talk, and that's been around for a long time. There's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with it, but I just feel like it's so rampant right now because people don't know how to sit still and build.
That's a lost art.
They want instant gratification without putting the work in.
Truly be a teammate.
Yeah. Being
And sometimes
a teammate.
you can be your own teammate because you're working on you.
Yep.
You are the worker and you are the result. So within yourself, be a team
Yeah.
so that you can be a great teammate to someone
Yeah,
else.
yeah.
And that's just something that you don't have because you can Google the answer. You can anything you need is at your leisure.
Yeah.
Except being in a relationship day to day.
Yeah.
And that could be with, like you say, with your business
Yeah.
or with a significant other.
Yeah. And you'll find, I see some people's pages and posts and things, even what you feed yourself on a regular basis. I remember changing what came up on my feed, where I enjoy social media. I know some people, they take breaks from, they're like, I got to take a break from social media. I'm like, I don't have to take a break from social media because I control what comes my way.
I'm not consumed. Yeah.
Like my feed is not full of the shade room. And now, don't get me wrong, I'll go visit if I, want to see what's happening or something came up and like, oh, let me see what's happening, right? But it's not the shade room and BS driver, all it's not in my feed. It's positive. It's either my people that I know, what they got going on, positive affirmations, business. That's it, and cooking. Oh gosh.
Yeah, you and your food.
Oh man. I just want to, I want to get back to that. I miss cooking the way that I used to. And that just goes off of just intention in everything that you're doing. And when I say repeat, because then you're in a different season sometimes, and you got to reevaluate where you are. Do you want the same things, and what does that look like, both personally and professionally?
I agree. I'm learning. I'll be honest. This sit down is real. Sit down is real because I get bored so fast because I'm such a creator. I have to learn how to channel it. And then recognizing trauma. Like I think we talked about this last year. One of the other traumas is my financial trauma.
Your
Meaning,
relationship with money.
Yeah, like it's so much death aligned with all of the money. It's always death or always lack of losing family members behind money. So it's never controlled me.
Yeah.
Or what people say. So it's like, dude, you gotta do something.
Yep.
You can't just be a nomad.
Yeah.
Although it's been
you
very
could,
good to me.
You could. It's just hard to do that here in the United States.
Right.
America.
That's what it is.
Like I remember for a long time, I used to be like, all I want to do is just be a bartender on the beach, meet the people that come, be by the water, don't have all these aspirations, and just be
Vitamin D it up,
easy, and I wouldn't mind that, actually, and just do the things I love, giving, serving, and that's what I'm building my life and setting and positioning and aligning what I do now so that I can. The older I get, the more chill I get.
Yeah.
The older I get, the more I live in my passion. I live in my lane
Yeah.
so that I can chill. You know, I like to brunch with my friends.
Yes,
I love
you
to
do.
travel. You know, I like to just be with my kids, be with the honey bun, and just enjoy the fruits of life.
Yeah.
And not just thug it out in the work world every day.
But some people like it. Some people are workers,
Yeah.
and that's their that
Yes.
gets them high.
That's their blueprint for
Yep.
their life,
Yep.
you know? And sometimes it's not.
It's kind of what they got caught up
Sometimes
in.
they're still in survival mode. Sometimes they're still trying to prove a point to mom and dad.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Ooh.
you know, sometimes that is what it is, you know.
Very true.
And so when I talk about healing and growth for the year, it's like getting to the root, get into your real
Yeah.
why. So you know how when people say, "What's your why?" But like, "That's my kids," right? Yeah, you know. But let's go a little bit deeper
It's more.
than that. You know, some people are like, "I want to be a millionaire." Well, I just want $1 million in the bank. You know what I mean? I don't really want to do the work that requires
Yeah.
me to be a millionaire. I only want to be a millionaire so I could be on the beach all day. You know what I'm saying? I only want the accolades. I only want to climb so I can get the $1 million in the bank so I could chill.
Yeah, I ain't gotta worry about it.
You know what I mean? It's not, when you get to the root and then it's like, but why? You know, and my why is I really don't really like to be around a lot of different energies and a lot of different people. And I just want to be with my people and just enjoy life,
And that's enough for you.
you know?
That is paradise. That's the oasis.
You know?
That's the oasis. Yeah.
So
I get it.
Finding your own oasis. Everybody's different, like you said.
I gotta dip my foot in the wildness. But then when I get home, I gotta learn how to still be able to do something. Because even now when I
Because
go
you want to
home,
be real chill at home.
yeah, when I go home, do not
Too
bother
chill.
me.
Too
But I'm
chill.
I'm not a family man when I get home. Everything's once I leave the door, I'm outside.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm inside, I'm probably one of the most boringest people in the world. Because when I get home, I don't want to do anything.
But what about your kids?
They have to.
They have to
I've
ask.
gotten to the place now where they don't have to ask.
Mm-hmm.
But before, I'm so exhausted. I done laid it all on the line.
Right.
when I went outside. So
that's
now
thing,
the
you're
transition.
exhausted, you know.
But I liked it though. I liked that when I went outside, I was present.
Sure.
But the trauma was, I was such a nomad from trauma with the house that I got to get out of this house. So I lived out of the house.
But
When I came home, it was
sometimes-
only a cocoon.
Yeah. Yep. And sometimes you can be a different person outside the house and you don't really have to face yourself, face who you decided to be with, you know.
Oh,
face-
wow.
you know.
Yeah, that's a good point. People do
You
that.
know,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
You know how many people, when I did work a 9 to 5, how many people came to work super early and left super late because they don't want to go home, but then they don't leave the relationship either?
Yeah, that was weird to me. Or when
Well-
I hear people talk about what they like in somebody, and then I see they mate, I'm like, that's nothing about what you like. Nothing over there.
Yeah.
Such as, I mean, even a personality.
Yeah.
Fun, vibrant, that's a grouch.
Right. But how did we get here? Though?
Right, like-
how did you get to the point to marry this person who's now a grouch?
You don't even want to bring them to a function.
Right. I'm so thankful I finally met her. You know, but for years I thought he was lying that he had a wife to make me feel comfortable with my husband, you know, going out with him. But she just, at the time, they were going through their own things and she didn't want to come out. Because at first I was like, I would want to meet who my husband's friend's wife is,
Yeah.
you know, because he would be over at the house all the time, you know.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I would at least want her to put a face to a name, you know
I
who
need
I
to meet you.
am. Yeah, I need to see what's happening. you
You're right.
know?
We're all family friends. Like, this is our community.
Yeah.
Like, do you really exist? I know what you mean.
Yes. I remember when I first, she was in the car with him and we were on the road. I was like, she exists. Like, I was like, it's real. For a long time, I thought he was lying, you know.
That's a real thing.
And then when I finally met her, she's hilarious. But they went through their healing process, and then she started coming outside. You
That
know,
make a difference.
So that's the other thing. Like what is happening at home? Y'all got to get to where, because ain't no way you met that person in your dating life and you're like, oh yeah, let's marry that.
I think they probably moved in together and realized, oh, this is what it feel like to live with somebody, and that's a traumatic
just
thing.
stayed?
What? To move in with somebody. That's traumatic. That's trauma.
I want to ask y'all listening, how do you stay?
Right.
You're not married. I can understand you're married and that's different. But I always tell when people come to me for advice, if they're married, there's totally different advice that I give them, totally different guidance.
Yes.
If they're boyfriend, girlfriend, I'm like, this your time. This is like the escape, you
Just
know?
split up.
Like, just
But you know what? When you move out, I think people take it as you're not ready for marriage. No, I'm just not ready to move in yet. I still want to build. I just don't want to live. Like living with you, I thought I could do that.
Yeah.
I still want this, but I don't want that yet.
Yes. And
That's
it
a
could
big
be just a
step.
yet, you know,
Yeah.
like a yet. Like, you know what? It's a little bit more pressure than I thought. Like, let's just go back. Because we're not ready for marriage yet. But it doesn't mean we have to break up.
No,
You know?
like, and now I used to hear people say, "Y'all living like married people." I remember people say that about other people. I'm like, why are you worried about it? Until now, I'm like, oh, yeah.
Yeah. I only lived with two boyfriends in my whole life, and both of them became my husband.
See,
And we did not live together long. 6 months, I think it was.
before I got married, I had girl roommates. I had a couple girl roommates,
Okay.
and that was that woke me up to how
How it
people
could
live.
be.
Yeah, like I was like, okay, cool. All right, like all right, it's a little different. It was just different. I don't judge
Yeah.
or anything, but when I got married, is when I got the real rude awakening of you live with your mate,
Yeah.
and that was tough for me because I had my own room, I had my own car, my own TV, everything was. My brother had his, I had mine, and I was a nomad.
Yeah. So in my first marriage, the day-to-day was fine. The day-to-day was fine. Where it got tricky for me was he had that old thinking. I worked, he worked. But when he came home, my stomach would be in knots, like if the food was ready and everything. And I didn't like that feeling. But in my marriage now, like sometimes I might be upstairs for a couple hours, then I could emerge downstairs like, hey, how's it been today?
Right,
And
right.
I love that we can do that and it's not weird.
Yeah, that's inspiration. What you just said, like you found, like you say, you found that like you could go upstairs and then come down and be a full you.
Yes.
And some people just like they need to ask this is some people because you work with people all day.
Just like yesterday, Ryan, he was like, what was I doing? I think I was working, but in a way where I needed music playing. So I was playing Mariah Carey. And so he came down and he probably would have chilled down there because he had worked the night before. So he was just waking up. He came down. He was like, all right, babe, I'm gonna go upstairs. I was like, I know you don't want to hear my music. Okay. Just being able to just be you in your own home,
That's just, man, that is it.
And I was thinking, I meant to post that the other day about your home needs to be your oasis. It needs to be like, I want to be able to say, I'm ready to go home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I learned that last year. The year before last, I learned that. Like, oh, okay, this is what I need to be.
And and I love that. So somebody was texting me, and I was somewhere, and they were like, "I know you're ready to go home," and I was like, "Yeah, I'm ready to go home." They were celebrating me, I think. I can't remember what it was, but it happened twice recently, and they know I'll be ready to go home.
Yeah.
Like it's cool. Like this was fun.
But you know, you like to be around honey bun and them
Honey
babies. You want to be with them.
I do, in my sister circle. It's the four of us. My roomies, they don't live here anymore, but these girls I've known for a very long time. And I can actually be myself. Like I could be a nut. Like if you really know me, I'm funny AF. Like I'm jokes
all day
long. And I can be that way without someone taking it the wrong way or being weird about it. I can still be a relationship coach and joke over here about real life stuff.
But you know how to deliver. That's the gift. Your delivery is immaculate. To say, I'll just believe that you know how to deliver. I'll just be like, yo.
But
with your water head ass. I hear somebody with some shit. You probably shouldn't do that. The circumference of your head is a little bit like.
Well, that took work because when I was in my early 20s, I used to get complaints from my friends that I was too direct or too nonchalant or too like, don't do that. That's, whatever, whatever the case may be. And I actually practiced not being, I still have to practice being vulnerable with people sometimes, letting them in a little bit more. Because I'll have friends for years and I feel like I'm being open, but they'll feel like I know more about them than they know,
because they express. It's like you're expressing. I didn't ask you anything.
Yeah.
I get frustrated because I don't ask questions, and I don't like because I don't like questions.
Yeah, because if you ask questions, you're gonna might get some back.
I don't like that.
Let's not open that window.
Don't ask me what I'm doing. What do you want? You called me. What do you want?
Yeah.
What you doing? Where you at?
Now
that's one of my pet peeves. Or people asking me what I got to eat.
Yeah,
that's why I say my personal space. I'm really a grouch. Where you at? What you doing? Because once I'm in my personal space, you ask me that.
Oh.
Like we ain't at work, or if I ain't in the middle of doing something, like I expect people to be asking me stuff. But if I'm in mine, don't walk in there. What's that on your plate? If you don't get your fucking, I'm a liar.
I don't like to be drilled. Like get to the point. What you want? Like don't go all around the mulberry bush with all these questions. Just be direct. just tell me what you want. Because if and it's speaking of healing and things, we all have triggers, right? And so I don't want to feel like I'm a child as an adult. I don't want to feel like I'm being questioned or my judgment is being questioned. So it's like, what is it? Every now and then Orion will do that, and but his is more he's planning in his head, but he's asking me a bunch of questions like, what is it? Tell me what it is that you're needing.
Yeah, get to that.
Yeah, and then we can work it out from there.
I ain't want to say. That's how you need to say it to me, because the more you BS the question,
yes,
you're trying to get
like what you got going on today,
right? Don't ask me that. What I got going on today? What do you want?
What do you need?
I don't want to talk about what I got going on.
Yes,
because I don't want you to think, well, I'll ask you to do it this at this time. No.
Yes.
Don't ask me when you think it's good that I can do something for you. I might not want to do shit for you.
Right.
I don't want to do nothing for you right now. Like I don't want to do shit.
Yes.
Ask me. And then I'll see if I feel like doing it.
Exactly. But speaking of healing process, I can't remember the name of the guy who was like, we got to find if he has a retreat or something. I really want to do like one of the retreats where you're gone for like 30 days.
The monk guy.
Yeah. I know he has a program, but that's virtual. But I'm sure he has.
He got it. You got to probably get in that. Get that in.
You probably got to be gone, and then be gone for 30 days.
I'm thinking 45.
Probably so. I want to do that.
Weeks.
Yeah, I know, right? Like you're struggling for 2 weeks. Yeah,
you got to live it like
2 weeks before you can. Yeah. I want to do one of those so bad, just like really unplug.
Yeah.
I probably won't do anything like that till the kids are gone, to school or something, because then I don't want to go and be concerned. You know what I mean? Like
you're not gonna be able to.
Yeah.
That's a lot of days.
Yeah.
That's a lot of days.
Unless they do it with me.
Oof.
Which would be dope. That would be
at that young age.
Oh yeah, they come out real woke.
If you be staring at you like, "Hello, mother."
Yes.
Mother, what is that?
Yes, but sometimes I think we need to unplug. We don't unplug here in the United States.
Yeah.
We're just so busy on the go.
I had to tell you something. I had to tell you.
Tell me.
I finally saw what you were saying about me and my ex-wife. And you was like, the way y'all interact with each other. I finally just seen what made people think about it.
Okay.
'Cause I just don't think about what people think about. Like, I don't think about what you might be saying, ever.
Yeah.
I don't have anxiety walking into a crowded room or on a stage.
Right.
I don't have it. But I did see it. I was like, oh, this is why y'all think we sit together.
Tell the people what you're talking about. That's
so,
listening.
The good doctor always speaks about our relationship and how we have such a good relationship because of how we interact. And then I would always say, I don't know why people think we sit together. We don't like go on dates. We don't do family. We don't do like intimate things at all. Nothing like that. But how we handle each other as family, I finally saw it when I saw another family. Yes. I saw another family kind of
Do the same thing, kind of operate the same way?
They were just irritated.
Oh, okay.
I could just see like same dynamic.
Okay.
2 sons broken up.
Okay.
You know, the split marriage, and it was
They
just a
added.
code or like a front or it's a control thing. I'm like, oh, this is why they think we still together. And I thought about you.
Yeah.
Right then, I
you
wasn't
guys
even trying.
And it's great, right, that you guys have a respect and a regard for one another. But when you think down the line, like I was talking about earlier, for you it'd be fine. You know, as women, we'll come in, we're built differently, so we can handle coming in and like asserting ourselves as a female and like, you know, all that kind of stuff. Like, that's my man. I know that's your egg, you know, and be all right with it. But for her, it would be hard for her to keep a man with that kind of presence around. Look, you look like you don't even give a damn. No, like that's not my problem.
Not my issue.
But it's the truth.
It is.
It's the truth. And that is something that, you know, at some point in time, I just wanted you guys to get to the understanding, because what I don't want to happen is she meets someone and like it's different than maybe her meeting someone before, and then she puts up these boundaries with no transition.
Yeah, gotcha.
You know,
I would just hope you meet somebody that makes sense. Like you this person is going to be around your kids.
Yeah, and she might, but sometimes women, we will go hardcore, and we'll be like, can't do this now, can't do this, can't do this, can't do this, and now we put all these rules and no transition, no, you know, smooth, you know, transition, you know, into the
Luckily,
new.
we ain't like that, because we do that part, and that's what made me think, like, okay, maybe we're very close, but so distant.
No, I got you. Yeah.
Like I'm polar opposite that's just how we conflict resolution. I don't ask 1,000 questions.
Yeah.
She will.
Yeah.
Or I won't say it the way she needs to hear it.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying the same thing.
Yeah.
But the way she needs to hear it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I picked up on all that over the break.
Yeah.
I'm like, that damn Dr. Master.
Yeah.
Dr. Master messed me up.
I look at the old school. Look.
Oh,
Me.
wow.
Wow. That was the first year. That was in the first year, probably mid-year at this
Is
point.
that Boot?
Uh-huh. She was a guest. Yeah, she was a guest.
Man.
Wow. That was definitely mid-year. Huh? Look at it. Look at it. I love it. Growth, healing, and growth.
I'm going to tell you this for this year.
Okay.
We're speaking about everything was about awareness.
Yes.
And it's such an aggressive tone to when people are speaking on it. I do look forward to the solution part, because oddly enough, like you said, it's funny how things align. That's exactly where I'm at.
Yeah.
With the psychology that I have to do for work.
Mm-hmm.
People are just tired of, okay, but what are we going to do about
What
it?
are we going to do?
I said, she called it.
I'm telling you. You know, and that's why I just wait till it just drops in me. I don't force anything, you know,
Perfect.
thankfully. Healing and Growth 2023. We are coming with the solutions. We're going to be solution-based, not problem-based. We had enough of that last
I'm
year.
sick of the problems.
Boy, because they can go on and on. It's so many
It's a rabbit
problems.
hole.
So many problems.
So
you know,
many.
and you keep going down that rabbit hole. That's why some people need to take the mics away.
Get it?
At this point, you know, just take the mic. There's some very, very popular podcasts, but they be talking foolery.
I think that's the foolery they live.
Yeah.
They live it.
They do. They definitely do. But they need a little bit of balance, because they themselves, the hosts of the podcast, they're going to continue get deeper and deeper, because they continue to open those conversations.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you just, next thing you know, you just still in it 3 years down the line. We still having
Talking
the
the
same
same
conversation.
stuff. Yeah.
All right, you guys, I'm so excited to be back. I'm so excited about the year. You all know this is my final season as we transition the Unbroken experience into TV. I'm very excited about that. More news with that coming. We will have a celebration. So, you know, February is always a big month. February 14th is the anniversary, but we always do it on a Thursday. So originally it was going to be the 16th. But since we're in the final season, we're going to have a big bash I don't even call it a bash. I don't even know how to explain it.
It's gonna be something.
Okay, but this year it's VIP only. So normally I open it. It's invitation only.
It's gonna be a party.
Yes, it's in. You know what? Invitation only. If you check my stories and my recent post, you'll see the phone number to text GROW. I know it's 770-249. I don't know the number by heart. I think it's 5992. GROW, because you have to be on that list. It is not coming out in my email list, y'all. It is not coming out in the email list. It is VIP invitation only. Stay tuned. I have some great guests for you next week. We're going to continue in this healing and growth journey. But next week is relationships and business. You all know I have that R&B retreats coming up. So I have my special guests next week. And we're going to just continue on this healing journey, this growth journey together. I'm so glad to be back. Were you glad to be back?
I'm happy to be back.
All right, y'all. Stay tuned in every single Thursday at 7 o'clock p.m. The Unbroken Experience with Syndy B on Power 108.9. I'll see you next week.
Yeah, they get us all to see all this.
I know. I'm like, I don't know where to look.
Right. You see the unk moves.
Say my name. Like, yeah, I was a guest.
I was a kid.
Oh, did I miss it? Too late.